If I look at it from the point of view of the board, and a lot of people look at their boards, I had conversations with our chair early on, and our chair decided to set up a sustainability subcommittee. So that actually was very enabling then from the point of view of both the education, but also the facilitation of those projects that you were trying to advance. We brought leadership right onto the top table. So we appointed a chief sustainability officer. So again, that we could bring in the very best that we can with both an engineering background, because that's what we needed in one sense, but also somebody who was going to engage with the whole practice and move into the energy space, and move into sustainability space, and the broader area of sustainable development goals, so that we have that right across the business. So yes, it's about decarbonisation, but it's in the wider respect about sustainability and all its facets. Well, first, I've said it in the beginning, think of it as a cultural change, because it's so transformational that there's so many things you're going to have to educate people on and bring them on the journey with you. It doesn't belong to the technical department. It doesn't belong to one department. It has to belong to each function. And each function needs to recognize how they can deliver a sustainability goal in their own right. The second, I would say from the point of view is educate as many people as you can. There's been a lot of talk about acronyms, and that's true. And you have to understand a number of those for sure. But mostly it's so that people understand things like that matter now, like the circular economy, like waste management, like energy efficiency. So again, these are all simple things that people take for granted, but they do require a shift in mindset right across the business for people to take responsibility, personal responsibility, and engage with the projects. But you must also recognize that there's a dramatic amount of reskilling required for a number of people, depending on the organization that you're in. But I think that reskilling takes time, it will take investment. And then lastly, from our perspective, when you're putting in big investment changes, like from our perspective, we know to reduce energy from our perspective, the biggest transition we have to make is in our vehicle type. And transitioning away from fossil diesel engines, etc., requires an enormous amount of capital. To get capital requires dialogue, it requires business cases. So there's a huge amount of hard yards and conversations to be had to make those happen in the first place. So if you want something happening now, you need to be on it now, and you have to allow time then for procurement to come in, and then you have to allow the systems bed in and the change that will bring as well. So you never have enough time, and you need to get on with it fast. So the whole nature of sustainability is built on collaborations. And you can't collaborate enough in this particular industry. So you can learn from somebody else. This is a great opportunity for networking, but most of all, it's also a great opportunity to build a context that allow you to take your own projects within your own company further. So I think kind of congratulate SEAI on having to doing what they're doing at the moment. It brings people together, and it allows us all to facilitate and learn from best practice.